Hello everyone, welcome to another video. So in this video, I'm going to talk about building your LinkedIn profile and your CV specifically for applying to the technical role. And basically through my LinkedIn profile, I got various opportunities. So before moving any further, I would like to show you some of the messages that I got on my LinkedIn profile. Like, let's just see. So first I have this from Microsoft. I got this on 20th November 2019. So this was a recruiter, and basically he contacted me, and he directly told me that if I'm looking for opportunities and blah blah blah, then I should forward my CV. So this was one of the message. Then the other one is from Goibibo. So this person was working in a very high position, like he had a lot of experience working in Goibibo. He's manager there, and he just sent me the message that, hi Jatin, good to be connected, and are you studying? So like this is how it started. And then I have another one. So this is from a million dollar startup, and this recruiter just texted me that we at company is looking for adding people in their tech team, uh, and she was just asking me if I would be interested. So this all started here. Like, I really like this company, it's really close to my home. Like, I don't have to shift to other cities. So this is the opportunity that I'm considering. I will be joining this company. And let's come to the part of resume. So I prefer two column resume, but you can also make it a single column. The one thing that I want to tell you that please don't make your CV really long of 2 or 3 or maybe 4 or 5 pages. Just make it small, a single page CV which can tell everything about you in brief, from your education experience to your accomplishments and extracurriculars. So try to utilize the space and make a two-column CV. Now here, each and every word matters a lot because recruiters don't have time to see a lot of stuff or things that you have written in paragraphs. They won't read it. They want the thing crystal clear in front of their eyes, so that they can just go through it in a glance. And if you have a really lengthy resume, or a very messed up and written in paragraphs, long paragraphs, then it would be a big no just in few seconds. So don't do that and don't make a very lengthy resume. So let's start with the education. First, you should have your education listed here. Again, in your education, you should write, okay, start and end. That's okay, but don't write your percentage if it's not good. If it's good, you can write it, because if your percentage is bad and the recruiter is particularly you know sensitive to it, then it might happen that the recruiter is not looking at your CV and he or she is just rejecting on the basis of your percentage. So if your percentage is not good, just avoid it, so that the recruiter can actually go down and see other stuff also, and not reject you on the basis of your percentage only. Then the next thing is the skills. Now let me show you the beauty of this CV. The most important two things, which is the education, because for a fresher, the education matters a lot. What you have done for a fresher, education matters a lot. So this is the beauty of the CV, that the education and experience is shown together, like just at the starting. But I would be covering this column first, and then I would be covering to the second column. So after education, you can write your skills here, that what things that you have worked upon, and then your certifications, voluntary experience, and interests. So yeah, that's it. Then coming to the second column, I've kept the second column a bit longer because this is from my thinking, this is the most important column. So here I have experience. I have written about my internships here, then some of the projects I have mentioned here. So okay, so this is another important thing. Don't write about all of your projects. Just don't list 10 to 15 projects, and you are not writing the description. That doesn't help. So mention two or three projects, and do write about what was the outcome or what you did in that project. So explain with a short description, and yeah, you're good to go then. Then comes the honors. So you can write it. You can also include your school honors, like I have included these three at the last, refer to my school only. You can include your school honors also, because I mean you are a fresher, so it doesn't matter. You can add your school level achievements also, as well as your undergrad achievements also. Then the college responsibilities. I've written this also. I wish I could explain in one line that what actually was there in this responsibility, but I was not having much of the space, so I am just writing a single line on it. So that is my CV. And yeah, I have never made the CV more than one page. So great. So this is my LinkedIn profile, and I will tell each and every section in detail and what matters the most. I'll also show my CV and tell you what are the different sections and what, according to me, the best way to show your skills. Now, again, before moving any further, I'm going to tell you that this is only for the people who are looking job in the tech role, which is basically from engineering background. Because if you are a blogger, if you are a designer, you would require a completely different way of writing your CV and and showing your profile. So I'm basically showing this from the point of view of a software developer. So let's just get started. First of all, you will have your profile picture. The background picture which you are seeing is not necessary. I would say it's optional. If you put it, it's good, but it doesn't matter a lot. Profile picture matters a lot. Then you will have your name, and this is one of the most important part. Like, person will see this heading for first. Like, when you open the LinkedIn, this is the first thing that comes. So you can write here about your uh, really good achievements. You can write, like, if you have qualified for the ACMI CPC World Finals, you can write that. If you have some ranking in a very great international contest, you can write that. And you can even write your internships, like I was intern. So just the way I have written, like research intern at Triple ID and Calculate Healthcare. So you can write that. Apart from that, if you are a software developer at a company and not a student, you can also write that software developer at the name of the. So this is again a section which you can, you know, write something about yourself. This would be the second thing that a person would be seeing. But I don't recommend writing here all the skills and your education, because we have proper section in LinkedIn. So in LinkedIn it is really segregated in a very good way. So you don't have to write all your achievements and all about your education and everything related to you in this about section. Just make it kind of brief, and yeah, that would be good to go. So featured section, I would suggest that you should upload your CV in your drive and then paste a link here so that it's shown in your featured section. I will show my CV in detail after completing this profile. So let's just move to the next section. So this is another important section. So when a recruiter is looking at your experience, it is really important to tell at a glance that what technology you use in your particular internship. So I have written the technology at the top only, so that it's convenient to see in just one glance that what technology I used. The second thing I want to talk about is, don't write big paragraphs explaining your project. Just write points like in the way I have written here. And another thing is, try to quantify things. Like, I have written this number, this many screen views, these many events. The thing is that if you say that you built something and you are showing the numbers that these many screen views are there, or these many hits are there in my database, or these many users are using it, then it's really good, because it really shows that you have built something that is actually being used. And that's really important. The second thing is, you can write about the your society work, if you have contributed in your society in your college. So IEEE MSID, so it's a society of my college, and I have been part of this society from a very long time. Like, I was associated with the society from my second semester in my college. So it's really close to my heart. And yeah, I have written a lot about it. So you can see short description about each of the role that I took in this society. Then coming down to another research internship, so it was in triple IT, and you can see again the tech stack. I've mentioned it, and I've mentioned the output. So here I don't have it live, so I can't show that these many users are using it or I have these many hits. So I have shown the output, that the output was the research paper was accepted in a conference, and a little 2 point description of what it was actually in the project. Then coming down you can add your experience and all. So this was my first internship in my third semester. I was teaching assistant at Coding Ninjas. Then coming down you can write here the name of your college and some of the stuff that you worked upon or your college responsibilities. So like I have been part of IEEE society from like very start of my college, so I have written about it, and some of the presentations given by me in college related to various projects that I worked upon and in IEEE society also. So I have linked all the presentations here. The second thing is, if you can see, I have mentioned some of the stuff which kind of explains or tells me what kind of person I was in my school time here along with my education. So you can write that. And another thing is, you should avoid writing your percentage here if it's not that good, because it might happen that recruiter is seeing your profile, and somehow if the percentage is not good, then they are getting a reason not to look your profile further down. So if you don't have a good percentage, don't do that. Let recruiter see your complete profile. So your percentage should not be stopping recruiter from looking down to your projects and accomplishments which are down there in LinkedIn profile. So don't write your percentage if it's bad. Otherwise, you're good to go. Then the other main thing is the voluntary experience. You can write it if you have. If you don't have, you can just leave this section. Skills and endorsements. Uh, I personally believe this is not as much important. I also had a conversation with few of my seniors who are like placed in really good companies, and they also told me that this section is not that important, because you need to understand any person can endorse you. So it's really not important, and recruiters not look at it uh, for deciding the things that they should hire you or not. It is not on the basis of these endorsements, because eventually it is based on your friends and your colleagues. So it's not really telling how good or bad a person is. The other thing is that you can ask your mentors or your internship mentors or your college professors to recommend you on LinkedIn. But as I was working on some research internships, and most of the people that I worked with are kind of PhD scholars, and those people are not on LinkedIn. So I don't have any recommendation as of now, but it's good if you are doing an industry internship or any other internship and your mentor is on LinkedIn, just ask him to recommend you on LinkedIn. So it is also one of a really good way that tells what kind of person you are and what kind of work that you have done. So yeah, so you should consider including that recommendation also, and you'll not get the recommendation on its own. You have to ask for it. Ask your mentors to recommend you. Then coming to the accomplishments, you can add a lot of details here. You can add all your honors and achievements. These honors and awards can also be related to your school time. It's not necessarily that it has to be related to your last education that you had. So you can include, like for example, I have included my maths olympiad and like scholars of my school time. So I have included that. You can obviously add that, because LinkedIn is a very detailed profile which tells in detail of what you are as a person on your in your academics, in your extracurriculars in detail. So you can write in detail. Then courses. Now some people actually write all the courses that they are doing in their undergrad, their grad, and they end up having 70, 80 courses listed here. So I can't comment it's bad or good, but I prefer here writing only those courses which are really important to the field in which I'm presently working. Like, I build Android apps, and I work a lot on machine learning algorithms, deep learning, artificial intelligence. So that's what I have written, and I have not written my courses which I study in university, because my reason is that when you are writing your education here, that you are doing like computer engineering. So, like I've written BTech in computer science, then it's understood that all the courses in the BTech curriculum, I would have studied that. So that's why I don't write these courses here. And the second reason is, if I write all the courses done in the BTech degree, it would be a really lot of courses out there. Next is projects. This is the second most important thing that I consider after experience, because this can actually tell what kind of stuff you work upon. So you can write short description of your project and a link, and you can give a link to it. So for example, I have given the link to this project. It's actually a GitHub page, and you can see I have shown screenshots and written a short description of what this project is. But I actually don't like it when people, give the link to their GitHub project. I don't like this. This project basically could not be published in Play Store because it's related to coronavirus, and at present, Google is not allowing to publish apps which are not from government sources. So that's why my app was suspended. So I couldn't provide a Play Store link, but GitHub link. But you should provide your live link, because it matters a lot. Because if a person is able to see your project on his or her laptop or mobile device, then it's really great. But if you are giving your GitHub link, then person won't download your code, run your project on his machine, because recruiters and managers, they don't have so much of time to download the code of all the people, and to download the code of students, and run the project on this machine. So this is something which is not possible. Then, for example, in this project, I have given the Play Store link. It's a Play Store, it's an app in the Play Store, so I have given the link, and you should also try giving that. The other thing is the organization, right? All the organizations and memberships you have. You can also write the name of the company here, and or memberships that you have. Again, then languages and test scores. You can write your 10th and 12th percentage if you want here, your college GPA, your maybe J mains rank, J advanced rank if you want, or anything. Then publication, if you have any research paper, you can write that. If you have any patent, you can list here. So, okay. So before moving any further, I forgot to mention one thing. So in this line, which is a short description of you, if you are looking for internship or job, you should enter here. You should write here that you are actively seeking full-time opportunities or internship opportunities. Starting, you should write then the time. Or for example, when I was searching for jobs, I actually at that time I have written here that I'm actively looking for job opportunities starting May 2020. So you can write that, because when a recruiter is searching on LinkedIn, that actually helps it. And you should also turn this on. And again, these are all the things which I followed, and it really worked out for me. But I'm not saying it's really hard and fast for you to rule for you to follow. But again, these are really good things that you should follow, and I've really seen the results from uh, these tricks. So yeah. And at the end, I hope you are making use of this lockdown due to coronavirus. I hope you're working on great projects. You are working on great internships, maybe offline at your home, because I hope majority of the people watching this video are from software profiles. So I mean, it won't matter a lot to you if you are at home or at your office. You just need your system and internet connection to be work to work. So I guess things are really good for you. So yeah. Thank you.